Hi, this is Bob for Bob's Movie Reviews, and today and every Friday we have our DVD giveaway. So first of all, I'm going to be reviewing, wrong side, Fright Night, 3D, Blu-ray, and DVD. Great value. Well, I don't know about a great value. If you can get this cheap enough, it's a pretty good deal. On the back here, probably can't see it, it's too dark in there. The best use of 3D since Avatar. Well, I don't know about all that. This is rated R. And see if I can find the runtime. I'm not seeing it. Not sure the runtime. So take off the slip sheet. Here's the inside. I did a whole unboxing video if you really want to get my whole insights and thoughts onto this. First thing I want to do is talk about the different editions. You got the 3D Blu-ray, the Blu-ray, and the DVD. Now, when I do these, I always watch the full 3D, then I watch a couple scenes on the Blu-ray and a couple scenes on the DVD to compare. Now, I started watching the 3D, and I was kind of like, man, this looks terrible. I almost thought it was too bad, like my TV was broken or something. But I went and looked online, and other people had also reported how bad it looked, and they kind of tried to put a positive spin on it, but I'm not going to try to do that. The 3D effect was not very good, and some of the scenes that should have looked really good in 3D just kind of fell short, and even the depth perception in the background to me was almost not even noticeable. And there were, I don't know why they can always do this really good, particles like rain, snow, blood drops, embers from fires. There were a couple of those that, I mean, they're right in your face, and like you almost feel like you're going to hit in the face. Those looked amazing. But other than that, even the gimmicky, like, coming at you 3D stuff, it just didn't really look that great. And which isn't even the worst part of the 3D. Now, I'm kind of wondering if maybe passive glasses would help this a little bit, because when you use the active 3D glasses, they do dim the picture a little bit, but typically it's not even an issue. On this one, since 90% of this movie takes place at night, just all the dark scenes become so incredibly dark that you can't tell what's going on. You don't know who's who. Just basically black blobs and mess. And obviously that you don't watch a Blu-ray to not even know what's going on. I mean, it's just pathetic, really. And they try to say, oh, it wasn't that bad, but I thought it was pretty bad. So then I moved on to the Blu-ray. Now the Blu-ray has a very superb picture and very clear, great picture. I forgot to mention this, but the 3D actually, it was kind of stuttering a lot, and in certain spots it would stutter, and it wasn't a huge annoyance, but again, it should just work. It shouldn't be things not working. So the Blu-ray definitely had a better picture quality. Everything seemed fine with it to me. It's exactly what you expect from Blu-ray. Very good too for dark scenes. Really good. The DVD was also really, really good. It was noticeably not as clear, not quite as good. That's what you would expect. So if you're out to buy this, I would definitely recommend the Blu-ray edition. If you don't have like a high quality TV, or picture quality isn't your biggest concern, maybe pick up the DVD edition. The problem with this movie is it's hard to find at a discount. I don't know if they just didn't sell a lot of them or what. They're hard to find used, and even when they're used, they seem to be pretty expensive. And I actually picked this up at Best Buy. They had it on sale for $20. It's by far the cheapest I've ever seen it. So I definitely wouldn't recommend going out and buy the 3D version. This isn't going to be one you're going to enjoy in 3D. So definitely at least only get the Blu-ray. I mean, if you can get a deal like that, $20, I don't know if you'll find the Blu-ray cheaper than $20. So if you can get a deal like that for the 3D, you might as well buy it just to have everything. Let's look at the special features. Just going to run through those real quick. We got Peter Vincent Come Swim in My Mind. And it's just the guy who played Peter Vincent in the movie. He had like an illusion show in Vegas. This is all just like in the movie. This isn't like real life or anything. And it's just the guy who played him talking about the show in the movie, like it's like a fake interview almost. It was okay. Nothing. I wouldn't even recommend watching it. And then they had the official How to Make a Funny Vampire Movie, which really confused me because I was like, is this a comedy or what is this? And when you watch it, I mean, obviously Christopher Mintz-Plasse, known for comedy. Couple funny scenes, not really many laughs, not a whole lot of jokes in it. I'm not sure why they try to do this whole comedy thing. And the how-to guide is basically just like, it just lists rules like, oh, a vampire has to be able to die. It's like, oh, that makes it funny? I don't know. They were just basically rules on vampire movies. So I'm not really sure why they're saying that makes it a comedy. It's like a vampire has to have a lair, and it's like, well, duh. That doesn't make it funny. That just makes it a vampire movie. So, again, probably not even worth watching that part. And then we have deleted scenes. There were 5 of them. And for the most part, I didn't really care for them. The 4th one I thought was pretty funny. I liked it quite a bit. It takes about 5-7 minutes so to get through the deleted scenes. If you sat through the movie, you might as well watch the deleted scenes. Why not? Definitely watch out for the 4th one, though. It's a pretty good one. And then they have Squid Man, extended and uncut. And in the movie, the kids were kind of like dorks or whatever, and they had made this movie a few years ago called, I don't know what it was called, but the one guy, he was Squid Man, and it's basically the whole video where they're like out in their backyard with like Nerf swords and like I don't even know what, like a tote lid as a shield, and they basically have these fights, and it's pretty lame, but actually that was kind of funny, and I would watch it. It was probably the best special feature. And then they had bloopers again, not great, not terrible. If you sat through the movie, you might as well watch the bloopers. They're worth a watch, but don't expect anything great. And the last one was Kid Cudi's "No One Believes Me" music video. Pretty obvious, a music video by Kid Cudi, but I didn't care for the song or the video. I maybe watched half of it. I was like, whatever, I'm done. So the cast of this movie is Anton Yelchin is the main character, and I looked up what movies he's been in, and he's been in quite a few things, but I didn't recognize him from anything. And Colin Farrell is the vampire in this movie. And it actually had Christopher Mintz-Plasse in it. He didn't have a real big part, but I actually kind of felt like he was the best character in the movie. I enjoyed him the most, and I think he made the movie better than it was. And I also had Dave Franco in a pretty small part. So this movie is about kids living in the suburbs in Las Vegas, and Christopher Mintz-Plasse's character, Ed, notices that all their friends are starting to disappear. Nobody's showing up to school, and him and another friend start investigating, which they don't really show. I mean, you see some of the evidence later, but they don't show that, and that this guy, Colin Farrell's character, Jerry, is a vampire. Like, they videotape him and he doesn't show up on the camera, and they're pretty sure he's either killing people or turning them into vampires or just feeding on them or whatever he's doing. And he tries to get the main character, Anton Yelchin, whose name is Charlie, to help him, which I'm not sure what he wants to do. I guess kill him. He has like a toolkit with a bunch of stakes and crosses, and I guess his plan is to kill him. But things don't work out so well for him, and it becomes Charlie's job to take him down. Now, all this time, he's trying to keep his mom and his girlfriend safe, but he's not really telling them that he's a vampire. He's just trying to keep them away, keep them safe, and they're kind of just following all the cliche vampire rules of don't invite him into your house, that crosses will hurt them, the only way to kill them is with a stake through the heart, cut off their head, holy water hurts them, you can burn them, and just kind of all these things, like they could die so easily. But Colin Farrell's pretty much like a super vampire, and so it's not as easy as they find out. Basically, once he knows that Charlie knows he's a vampire, his whole goal is to kill him. And so this goes on for a while. Like, the beginning of this movie was so slow and boring. I thought this movie was just going to be terrible and I was going to hate it. But as it got going, it got better. But I would say it takes about halfway through before it starts getting interesting. The beginning was just so boring. It's really going to bring the score down on this one. But once it started getting going and they started hunting him and they were kind of fighting, and it got interesting and it got a lot better, and I started enjoying it more. I think anybody who likes vampire movies is going to like this movie. Pretty good horror movie too. So I think final score on this, I'm kind of stuck. I don't want to give it too high because I'm not a big fan of it, and but I don't want to give it too low because I want you guys to, if you're into vampire movies, check this out. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to give it a 2.5, out of 5. Everything that's a 3 or higher, I definitely recommend seeing. So 2.5 is just below, 50-50 shot. If you're interested in seeing this, maybe rent it. If not, maybe this one isn't for you. So all the rules for the giveaway will be down in the description. Here's what we have available. These are new, sealed. We have King Kong full screen, Too Fast, Too Furious widescreen, Iron Man widescreen, 2 copies of The Dark Knight widescreen, Night at the Museum full screen, I think this is widescreen. Yeah. Fast and Furious widescreen. And then these are used copies. We have Hollywood Homicide, iRobot, and Another Stakeout on Blu-ray. If you enjoyed this, remember to give it a thumbs up, and we'll see you next time.